Hello, welcome to Ada Majlis Media Project in the Institute for Development and Diplomacy in Ada University. My name is Anastasia Lavrina, and today we have a special guest as a member of Azerbaijani Parliament, Tural Ganjaliyev, who is also co-chairman of the EU-Azerbaijan Parliamentary Cooperation Committee. Mr. Ganjaliyev, hello and welcome to our program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. These days, we commemorate the victims. 2 years ago, during the 44-day patriotic war, Armenia bombed two biggest Azerbaijani cities, Ganja, Barda, which is located far away from the military battle. In 2 years after, the pain is still exists. We do remember everything. But we cannot say that Armenian terrorism stopped and we are protected and secured not to face it again. Could you share with us your memories about these days and also what you think about the current situation?
Yes, as you have rightly mentioned, these days we are commemorating the serious violation and attack against the second largest city in Azerbaijan by the Armenian armed forces 2 years ago, as you remember, and as we all remember, when we are liberating our internationally recognized territories from brutal occupation. Armenian armed forces, in order to stop Azerbaijani advancement, started shelling indiscriminately the civilian population in different places of Azerbaijan. And one of the heinous crimes that Armenian armed forces committed was against the city of Ganja, the second largest city in the center of Azerbaijan, very, very far from the combat zone. Unfortunately, this demonstrated how heinous crimes that Armenian political military leadership can commit, nevertheless, of the situation. And as Armenian forces attacking Azerbaijani cities, they were committing, of course, the war crimes against humanity. As we know, there are special category of crimes in international law, in international humanitarian law. The very gross violation of the international law is the same war crimes that we have seen. Unfortunately, this is not only, we are talking about the ongoing the war crimes against Azerbaijanis, against Azerbaijani state and people, and still we are suffering from the mine problem. Still, even today, we have received very sad news that the car of the embassy of Azerbaijan was shot. We don't know exactly who did it in Washington. Yes, in the United States. We don't know still who is behind of this crime, but it is very clear that Azerbaijani civilian infrastructures, Azerbaijani civilian population have been the target of terrorists for last 3 decades.
Well, let me ask you an additional question
Yes.
about diplomats. As you rightly mentioned, the car of Azerbaijani embassy in the United States of America was shot at night. And, if we follow the history during the last 3 decades, we know that there are special groups, radicals, Armenian radicals who live in different countries, and Azerbaijani diplomats become the first targets. And even today, when we speak at the official level with the Armenian government about the possible coexistence, about the importance to sign peace treaty, from your diplomatic experience, do you think that there is a special threat against our diplomats in different countries may appear from those groups who do not want to see long-lasting peace establishment in the region?
Absolutely. There is a threat against Azerbaijani diplomats, against Azerbaijani embassy personnel, against the premises of Azerbaijan in different countries. We have seen recently the attacks against of Azerbaijani embassies in France, in Lebanon, in different European countries. Now, this time in Washington. So it means that we are ready for peace. We are ready for the peaceful coexistence as two nations in the South Caucasus. We are ready for peace. That's why we are reconstructing and rebuilding liberated territories. And this is our manifest that we would like to achieve this durable, just peace as soon as possible. Now we are in the new reality. The conflict is over. Now we are working with hopefully with the Armenian side that they will agree finally to sign final peace deal. But at the same time, we have to be very vigilant. Yesterday's attack against Azerbaijani embassy in Washington, against the car, demonstrates that nevertheless we have to be very cautious, and the security of personnel of Azerbaijani diplomats working in different countries must be provided, and we have to be very vigilant because as a diplomat, I have worked in Canada, in Czech Republic. Sometimes we saw radical Armenian organizations disguising under different names, attacking even many years ago Azerbaijani embassies, different kind of events they were trying to provocate, this kind of negative steps that we have seen many times from Armenian radical organizations.
So this is like a systematic character.
Systematic, yes, exactly.
We should also remember the beginning of 19th, so the first Karabakh war, which resulted in the occupation of 20% of Azerbaijani lands, Khojaly genocide, and many other acts, genocide committed by the Armenian sides. And after, in 2016, different attempts to provoke the situation. And finally, as we already mentioned, Ganja, Barda, Territorial, and many other destinations which were targeted during the 44-day patriotic war, which resulted in the restoration of territorial integrity of Azerbaijan. So my next question to you, from the perspective of international law, why do you think there is no enough attention to the problem which Azerbaijan faces even now? It's Armenian terrorism, it's a mass graves which we discover on our liberated lands, and this is also mines, the mining process, which takes a lot of time.
Absolutely, you are right that regarding the conflict, previous conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and currently after the post-conflict in the new realities, we are still facing these problems, war crimes, the consequences of the war crimes committed against Azerbaijanis. But unfortunately, the reaction of the international community, of the international organization, are not sufficiently enough, and they are not based on the justice on the international law. If you want, we can call it double standards. Sometimes it is negligent attitude towards from the international organizations. So we would like to draw attention of the international community right now with your question to the problem of the consequences. Though we have liberated our international recognized territories, the conflict is over, but still we are facing those challenges. You have mentioned mine problems. There are still around 1 million mines implanted by Armenia. Still, after the end of the conflict, after the signing of trilateral statement in 2020 on 10th of November, we have lost 250 people killed and wounded. Still, there is no any reaction from the international organizations. We also, like you have said, many previous attacks against Azerbaijan. Armenians committed war crimes, and we would like to draw the attention of international organizations that there must be international tribunal established. And if we would like to see justice prevailing, we have to bring those responsible people who committed these crimes before the justice. You know, in international law, there is a state responsibility. As we have mentioned, for the 30 years, Armenia is responsible as a country, as a state. At the same time, there is a criminal individual responsibility, not only states, but specific persons who ordered, who commanded these attacks against Azerbaijani civilians. They also must be brought before the justice. This is very important. Criminal individual responsibility must be, we have to pay attention. Let me remind you that after the First World War was over, the Kaiser Germany and its leader, Kaiser, the Allied powers who won the First World War, they wanted to bring before the justice the Kaiser of Germany. But unfortunately, he escaped to Netherlands, and the Netherlands didn't allow Kaiser to stand before the court. After the Second World War, when we defeated Nazism, and Germany, when defeated, Nuremberg military tribunal was established, exactly. And all those people who were responsible for committing war crimes were be brought before the justice. And this Nuremberg tribunal, this kind of special military tribunals must be established also for those criminals who committed genocide in Khojaly, who attacked Ganja, Barda, who implanted mines in the territories of Azerbaijan.
Mass graves, as I mentioned, in Khojaly region.
Yeah, this is war crime.
Within just 1 year, just not even 1 year, 3 places were discovered by Azerbaijani
And
side.
I am afraid that this is not
liberated
the
lands.
last time. Unfortunately, yeah, my estimation that we will still discover this kind of graves, because still there are 4,000 Azerbaijanis missing. There is no
information.
information.
There is no information
and
about that.
Probably all these Azerbaijanis were executed and they were buried in mass graves that we have already discovered in different places in the liberated region.
Unfortunately, Mr. Ganjaliyev, another very important issue I would like to ask you. Just recently, during the meeting in Prague, in Czech Republic, President of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, had a chance to meet with the Prime Minister of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, with the participation of French leader Emmanuel Macron and Charles Michel. In that meeting, it was agreed that two sides recognize the territorial integrity of each other, which is very important. By doing that, Armenia recognized that Karabakh is an integral part of Azerbaijani Republic. Absolutely. That means that during all of those 3 decades, Armenia recognized its own occupation of Azerbaijani lands. And that gives the right to Azerbaijani side, as you mentioned, to bring the deal before the court of international court, and all of those committed the crime in Armenia should give the responsibility. Can we use this opportunity to bring responsible for this?
Yeah, very good, interesting question. Yes, as you said, Armenia in Prague meeting, not only Armenia, the quadrilateral meeting, and as a result of which the statement was adopted, all the European community and especially Armenia recognized the territorial integrity of Azerbaijan, and there is also a special reference to the United Nations Charter, which directly says that there is a territorial integrity, sovereignty of each countries, and the countries must recognize reciprocally each other's territorial integrity. So this is very good news for Azerbaijan and for the world community. And of course, it also means that, as you are mentioning, Armenia, by recognizing territorial integrity of Azerbaijan, Armenia also admits that for 30 years, it took under occupation. It occupied and took under its occupation the territories of Azerbaijan. And consequently, Armenia must pay reparation because of the war crimes that it committed, and also because of the occupation that lasted for 3 decades. And also persons who were responsible for this must be again brought before the justice. And at the same time, just I would like to mention that neither in the statement nor in any oral statement delivered after the Prague meeting, no the name of Karabakh or the residents of Karabakh was mentioned in any statement, because it demonstrates that it is solely internal issue of Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is not discussing its internal issue, its internal region, Karabakh region, or Azerbaijan is not discussing the people, the residents living in Karabakh with third parties, neither with Armenia nor with any third parties. This is very also good news. It means that, as President of Azerbaijan mentioned, that Azerbaijan it will be dealing with those ethnic Armenians who are the citizens of Azerbaijan, and we will integrate them into the Azerbaijani society, and we know how and when and in which direction this process will take us, because this is an internal issue of Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan will be dealing with these questions just itself.
You know, you touched a very important issue. You're a member of parliament exactly from the city of Khankendi. And if I'm not mistaken, you also have a chance to receive some messages from ethnic Armenians who are living in Khankendi at the moment. So from your own vision, how do you see the future development, the coexistence, how the situation is being changed, whether the people who are living there now still sending any kind of messages asking to help, because we know that many ethnic Armenians who are living in Khankendi, city of Azerbaijan, want to integrate. They ask the help and assistance from the Azerbaijani side. How the current situation is going there?
Yes, I am a member of parliament from Khankendi. Of course, my constituency also includes ethnic Armenians living there as Azerbaijani citizens. But my understanding is that after this conflict is over, hopefully when the situation and process of normalization is going in a good direction. I think that all Armenians living there, they have only one choice to be integrated into the Azerbaijani society, because as Azerbaijani citizens, they will enjoy full rights and privileges, and like we all Azerbaijanis, 10 million Azerbaijanis are enjoying currently. There will be no specific kind of specific privileges for them, as there is no any privilege for any specific group in Azerbaijan. All we are Azerbaijanis, we enjoy our rights. We have Constitution of the Republic of Azerbaijan. We have legislation. We all are equal before the courts, before the law. So it means that if Armenians living there, if they accept becoming the citizens of Azerbaijan, of course they will have very good opportunities to continue their lives. Otherwise, if they will not agree to become the citizens of Azerbaijan, of course, they have to choose different place of residence for themselves, because in Azerbaijan, in the territory of Azerbaijan, there is only legislation of Azerbaijan that is operating. If you are living here in this territory, you have to have your Azerbaijani passport. And by the way, we are talking about those Armenians who were living there before the 1991, before the Armenian aggression started. So all those people who illegally were transferred to Karabakh region after 1991, excuse me, they are illegal residents, and they have to go back to their original places.
Or the Armenian government has to take responsibility over these people.
By the way, we have seen with the liberation of Lachin, the villages of Zabukh and Sus, we saw those illegal residents who were from Syria, from Lebanon, from Middle East. They were ethnic Armenians from that part of the world, and now it's the responsibility of the Armenian government to transfer them back. I think that, yes, again, there are two options. Either you become the citizens of Azerbaijan, live according to the laws of Azerbaijan, or you can choose any place of residence in different countries. And by the way, in the Republic of Azerbaijan, there are people only having Azerbaijani citizenship with Azerbaijani passports. And if, for example, in case there are people who are without citizenship, of course we have legislation also dealing with the problem, and all these issues will be addressed with its own way.
One final question I have to you. We know that Azerbaijan is very active on the international arena. There are so many visits, trips. Mr. President Ilham Aliyev has almost every week. Coming back from Prague, other week, Mr. President went to Central Asian countries. He visited Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan. Very important visit. And in all meetings, it's being highlighted that Azerbaijan is growing economically. It takes advantage with its geographic position. Everybody is speaking about importance to develop infrastructure, open new projects, energy cooperation, and etc. How do you see the future of this Azerbaijani development on the international base, on the international arena? How do you see the other partners from Europe, from Central Asia countries? Do you see the future development of the partnership with our countries? Which particular moments we may expect? And whether we should expect, additional question to you, that the international community will make all possible things to make sure that in the nearest time the long-lasting peace is established in the region of the South Caucasus?
Azerbaijan is becoming a very important player, not only in the region, in the South Caucasus and beyond South Caucasus. We are seeing the increasing role of Azerbaijan in the European continent. As a reliable partner, Azerbaijan provides and contributes to the energy security of the European Union. Also, Azerbaijan has very important and very constructive relations with its neighbors. The only the case that is Armenia, which hopefully will be after the signing of peace treaty, we will also have good normal relations. The relations will be normalized. But otherwise, Azerbaijan is very important player in the region and beyond. And also, you have mentioned Azerbaijan is conducting very proactive foreign policy. The president of Azerbaijan is visiting different platforms, different international organizations. And now Central Asia is also one of the important direction for our proactive foreign policy. That means that Azerbaijan is becoming a hub, connecting East with the West. All these important energy transport links are passing through Azerbaijan, and not only energy security, also the transport links are very important. Now, because of the geopolitical situation in the world, now the importance of Azerbaijan is becoming even more increasing, and that's why we expect that with this, Azerbaijan will have positive leverage, positive impact, not only in the region and also with its neighbors. So it means that, again, international community also must be interested in having durable, just peace, stable situation in the South Caucasus. And it only means that without Azerbaijan, you cannot have any important project or important issue addressed. So Azerbaijan is the center of the hub, and we hope that the role of our country will be becoming more important even in the near future.
Well, Mr. Ganjaliyev, thank you so much for joining our program today and sharing with us your experience. It was a pleasure to talk with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thank you. Just to remind you, watched Other Majlis Media Project. I'm Anastasia Lavrina, and our special guest today was Tural Ganjaliyev, member of Azerbaijani Parliament and co-chairman of the EU-Azerbaijan Parliamentary Cooperation Committee. Stay with us and see you in the next edition.